The test of a first-rate intelligence is the ability to hold two opposed ideas in the mind at the same time and still retain the ability to function. Francis Scott Fitzgerald.
Chapter 4. What is God?
We've all wondered whether God exists, and if he does, what is he, or who is he? I am absolutely convinced that God exists, and I want to help the reader understand, at least on an intuitive, qualitative level, what God is, what his essence is, and to what extent we can rely on his help. To do this, let's use a metaphor, an analogy. Consider the complex multicellular organism of a higher warm-blooded animal, say a dog, a simple, sweet mutt named Missy. This organism consists of countless simple living beings, cells. You could say the organism is a society, a whole civilization of cells. In this society, there are energy-providing cells, worker cells, doctor cells, police cells, and many others filling various social roles, including, of course, government cells. These cells are born, live, and die with new generations taking their place. And reigning over this entire cellular society is a cellular God. This is the consciousness of our Missy. Some individuals might insist to call it soul, spirit, or even astral body. As I have a very weak idea what these mean, I will simply write the word consciousness in italics and with a capital letter. The cellular society, the organism, can only manage its internal problems, maintain homeostasis, under one condition, that food, carbohydrates, proteins, and various vitamins inexplicably appears in the digestive system at regular intervals. The cells have no idea where all this comes from. They simply assume it's a law of nature. They know that it must keep coming. But if food stops appearing for some time, the cells begin to pay attention now. Pray. They all pray together to the great God, hoping that he will hear them and throw some organic firewood into their beloved digestive furnace. And so we arrive at the answer. For the cells, God is simply the consciousness of our Missy. This consciousness reigns over the tiny cellular civilization that Missy innocently refers to as her body.
God is the consciousness of any living organism.
Let's note that Missy is far from the textbook God described by many monotheistic religions. Missy's consciousness is not one and only. There are plenty more mutts like her out there. Nor is it almighty. Our Missy can barely control even the simplest cells in her own body, muscle cells mostly, and even then, they say, not with full mastery. And Missy's consciousness is certainly not omnipresent. It would be quite a stretch to claim that it is present in all things visible to her divine gaze all at once. It's hard to claim that consciousness truly loves its body. After all, we're capable of smoking, drinking alcohol, using drugs, or engaging in physically dangerous sports. For example, at some point, usually after New Year's or before beach season, we might decide to shed a few pounds and, as a result, go on a strict diet. For our cells, this diet is a disaster, a hurricane, a typhoon, an earthquake, a tsunami. On such days, our cells writhe in agony and die by the millions. They suffer and pray. Pray, pray, how much longer? Have mercy, O God. But we, despite the cries, moans, and pleas of our poor body, grit our teeth and heroically lose weight. In other words, when driven by desire or foolishness, God Missy can very well destroy her own body. But note this, the body can also destroy its God. For example, why not consider the terminal stage of cancer as the final victory of some kind of cellular Bolshevism in Missy's body? Continuing these reflections, we can imagine the vast, insurmountable chasm that lies between the world of individual cells and the kingdom of desires and emotions of Missy frolicking on the lawn. This qualitative leap is just as immense, monstrous, and unfathomable as the one that exists between us, humans, and our God. Only by grasping the incredible depth of this chasm can we begin to understand what exactly we can pray for to God and how we might go about doing so. For example, it's pointless to ask God for your mischievous adult son to finally get married and give you grandchildren. This is like a single cell asking Missy, who's frolicking on the lawn, to pump a few molecules of glycogen into its cytoplasm. Missy has no idea that a particular cell even exists, let alone what glycogen is or why it's needed. No, dear reader, our God can only sense and understand quite powerful signals from his body, meaning the collective, simultaneous expression of pain or joy by millions of cells. Thus, the subjective realm of information, which we discussed in the chapter on energy and information, can quite reasonably also be called the realm of consciousnesses or even the realm of gods. However, we will adhere to the more general term realm of information.
Summary.
God is the consciousness of any living organism. The realm of information can also be interpreted as the realm of consciousnesses or even as the realm of gods.